this minivan, which is electrically powered, that's batteries, and also a natural gas vehicle that will be here later that's more efficient and doesn't put any harmful odors and fumes into the air.
Okay, good enough. Is anybody else getting the urge? Now, Eddie's been with us for 3 days now. I'm getting the urge to roller skate every time he starts playing now. I don't know if anybody else is. Suzanne Wong yesterday was with some Benedictine monks, so we promised her today she'd be able to do a little bit more high stepping. So she joins us from Birmingham, Alabama. I don't know if any of the monks have accompanied her. The site of next year's International Square Dance Convention, and we're going to be square dancing with you this morning?
That's right. I tried to get the monks to come with me, but I don't know. It wasn't in their code of ethics.
I guess not.
This is wild, Tom. I'm at the Sheraton Civic Center in Birmingham, Alabama, where they love square dancing so much that they bid for the 1995 annual International Square Dance Convention to be held here, and they won. And they're gearing up for the convention, and you can square dance anywhere, anytime. And we're in a hotel ballroom. Check this out.
Oh, my heavens.
Square dancing.
Yes. When we come back, we're going to find out what it takes to be a good square dance caller.
Okay. Yeah. They're up there moving around.
Gotta love that.
Well, Tom, what luck? You randomly open the door and there's square
They're
dancing.
square dancers.
Yeah.
I love that place. Right now, though, we're going to take a look at the day's top story.
In the news today, O.J. Simpson is expected back in court. The prosecution and the defense are scheduled to report on their progress in sharing evidence in the double murder case. Meanwhile, the two sides submitted lists of questions to the judge yesterday that they want to ask prospective jurors. In Lexington, South Carolina, cleanup crews continue working after yesterday's devastating tornado. The twister was spawned by the remnants of Tropical Storm Beryl. Officials say about a dozen businesses were destroyed, around 100 homes were damaged, and at least 35 people were injured. It's day 6 of the Major League Baseball strike. The baseball owner's chief negotiator says there will be no attempt to revive the season by using replacement players, and so far there are no talks between players and owners scheduled. And finally, Christy Alley and Parker Stevenson are the proud parents of a 5-week-old baby girl. The former Cheers actress announced on The Late Show with David Letterman last night that she and hubby Parker Stevenson adopted the infant. So far there are no names announced, but Christy did say that she brought the baby to Woodstock. And those are the headlines.
All right, good enough. Right now, we're going to check the weather across the country. Jim?
Yes, and it turns out there is weather all across the country. It's very unusual. There's like rain all the way like around here, and there's some rain over here, and there's some rain over here, and where there isn't rain, there's other weather. Let's look at that. Let's look at the high temperatures. See what I mean? Look at the heat. It's hot in the west. It's hot in the central part, and it looks like the pelican is reaching, not the pelican, but the parrot is reaching down to peck at something, and that's the weather.
A little too scientific today, don't
Yeah,
you think?
I thought so, too.
Yeah.
I want to mention Eddie Layton, who is with us as the baseball strike just drags on. He's here. He's been the organist at the Yankees, with the Yankees for 27 seasons now, and we're really happy to have him. And it is a Hammond organ, right, Eddie?
Yes, it is.
And your Hammond organ here with us in the apartment. How about one of those rousing rounds of applause for Eddie that you specialize in, crew? That's better. And welcome back to Love of Life. We've got a great family here with us, Lori.
The Klein ladies have been traveling around on their vacation, and they sent us postcards from everywhere they went, tracking their way to New York so they could join us for breakfast time.
And you know what? Now, was this in the back of your van? You had the FX or bus sign. Isn't that cool?
Really?
We had 3 of them.
Oh, let me
Can
give
we
you a
get a shot of it?
microphone.
This is really great. It's over here.
Signs all the way on the route.
All right, we have Karen, who's Mom Klein, and we have Larissa, who you're 12 years old, Larissa. You're heading into the 7th grade this September, and Ariel, who's 8 years old.
I just turned 9.
Oh, sorry. You just happy birthday.
It's a big deal.
On the 11th, I turned 9.
Oh, so during the trip, you.
Yeah.
Now, Ariel, can you show us the journey that you've gone through to be here with us today? We'll move the FX or bus sign. Come on over here on this side, and then just tell us where you've gone.
The first park we went to was Carowinds Park, and
Yeah.
this is me and Larissa in front of the Carowinds sign.
Right.
Then here's me and Larissa on I'm on North Carolina, she's on South Carolina.
Yeah.
Here's a foot
It's a big
long.
old hot dog.
It's
Yeah.
a foot long.
Eddie, a little
hot dog.
touring music, please. Take me out to the tour side. All right, and where else did you go? Maybe we'll just get one more this time, and then we'll save it. Oh, you went to France. You went to France.
No.
During the quick tour.
This was in Ohio.
France,
Cincinnati.
Ohio. Okay.
It looks like you did a lot of amusement parks. You went to Canada's Wonderland as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Well, I had to go to amusement parks to prepare them for this.
how long was the trip?
It's been 2.5 weeks so far.
And
And
what-
it's going to be 3 weeks in total by the time we make it home.
No.
We have
and
one more
home
park.
Home is Markham, Florida, is that right?
No, Parkland.
Oh, Parkland,
Parkland.
Florida. Down in my neck of the woods, my old neck of the woods of Miami. And
Well, they
we
saw
were,
you on the bus.
yeah, Channel 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too bad, huh? So we thank you so much for coming in this morning. I'll tell you, it's great. You know, for women, this is my big segue. For women, you know what it's like to get your face ready in the morning. It's like half your morning is spent putting your makeup on and stuff like that. Thank goodness after the break, Bailey Leeds, our FX beauty consultant, is going to give us some ideas of some cheap and easy ways to get your face ready fast in the morning.
Different is day and night? Who says opposites don't attract? FX has got them both. FX, day and night.
For the past 50 years, Swain has been making contemporary furniture the traditional way, handcrafted one piece at a time, like these designer pieces made for the FX apartment. It's their commitment to style and attention to detail that has made Swain one of America's leading contemporary furniture manufacturers. For the name of the Swain retailer near you, call 1-800-792-4677. Swain Furniture, 50 years of traditional value and contemporary style.
You know, all across this great land, people have a need for variety, so they're constantly zapping their TVs like Herb here. That's why the FX network was invented. It's got the new live shows blended with some of America's best live shows and hosts to keep you updated on the outside world. So you don't need to zap anymore. Of course, this is a full aerobic exercise, Herb. And 2, and 3, and 4.
FX is on for you day and night.
Should I wake you up in the morning?
Whether you're a day person or more of a night crawler, FX is on. In the morning, we'll help you decide what to wear. We'll give you the latest in headline news. And at night, we'll play you the latest tune.
Could I make a suggestion?
Sure you can. Each night on Back Chat. Tell us how you think we're doing.
Send it our way. We'll be eternally grateful.
FX, we're on. Day and night. Oh, how about an FX nightcap? A little Batman before bedtime?
FX returns you to those thrilling days of yesteryear.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Return to a time when good guys wore white. Most guys wore polyester. Women used hairspray. Sideburns ruled the land. And morning show hosts were even actors.
This is absolutely not possible.
Return to the days that put a little fantasy into your life.
It's just like old times.
Check into Fantasy Island, weekday mornings at 11, exclusively on FX.
Welcome back to Breakfast Time, the morning show with all the information.
Need a little life in your morning?
Welcome back to Sound Effects, the show all about the best.
Looking for something live to keep you awake at night? Well, search no more, because FX is on when you are. We've got what you need day, night, and in between, with our live hosts, new shows, and popular favorites. And we'll always be there, whenever you need us most. FX, day and night.
These are the saddest of possible words. Tinkers to Evers to Chance. I guess Ravage to Fair to Arbitration just didn't scan.
Yeah, doesn't have quite that same heartfelt ring, does it, Jeff?
No.
I've got now you refer to yourself in all the postcards you sent us as the Klein girl.
Yeah.
All right, so I can do that without running afoul of the PC crowd?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good enough. Now, Larissa, have you ever seen 24 people on water skis get on top of each other while moving? Well, you came to the right show, because John Davis joins us at the Mohawk River, actually in the Mohawk River in Schenectady, New York, with the Bud Light U.S. water ski team, and they're going to amaze us. Good morning again, John.
Good morning, Tom. This is a show team, and I am on the river, not in the river
That's true.
as
Not
I
yet.
usually am when I'm around water.
That's right.
Hey, listen, these are people who take skiing very seriously. It's their passion, it's their love. They're not professional skiers. They do it for the love of the sport. And this is Craig, and Craig is the spokesperson for the group. Now, you guys hold the world's record for what?
Well, we hold two. One for 9 people over a ski jump at the same time. And just last week, behind this boat itself, we pulled 48 people out of the water at one time.
All right, now this
Were they
isn't
drowning or were they part of the team?
No, they weren't drowning, were they?
No, they were not drowning.
They were not drowning, Tom. All right, so what we're going to do, this is not a world's record, but it's a pretty incredible feat. 24 people, 4 tiers. It's a pyramid on water skis. The ages are what of the skiers out there today?
The youngest one out there is 10 years old, all the way up to 50.
All right,
Wow.
You ready for this? Gene, hit it, buddy.
Hope the
Here we
10-year-olds
go,
are on
Tom.
top.
Here they go.
All right.
All right, for those of you playing at home, this is the bottom tier. This is the second tier, and here are the crazy people.
All right, now what's happening here?
All right, this is the hardest part right now. We're just getting them all out of the water. That's 24 people behind one boat. But with these 400 horsepower Mariner motors, we're able to pull right up, no problem.
Now, if you notice, look at the girls. They're starting to get up on the shoulders, and they're actually climbing on one another. That's got to be incredible.
It takes a lot of practice, John. We practice in a pool all winter long. We practice in gymnasiums. Now you can see the second tier getting up. Now these girls don't only get up, but watch. They're going to have to walk over the guy's shoulders. Right now we call this a total pole. The girl's standing right on one guy. Then they got to walk all the way over and cross. We got 2 outside 3-tier pyramids. We got them up already.
That is too much. Look at this. All right, now we're getting ready to complete the tier. As we get ready also to go under a bridge. The bridge isn't going to be a problem, is it?
No problem, but we are looking good right now. We got Melanie and we got Mary Beth up on the 3rd tier. We now got a little 10-year-old, 13-year-old Allie going all the way up on top.
Who's that on top?
That's Allie Messer, and she made it all the way up.
Yeah! Look at that! That is amazing. Okay, now how long do they ski like this?
We'll stay up for about another 100 feet or so, right through our show pattern that we just went through. Actually, in show competition, you have to bring everybody down, too, and this is harder than it actually is bringing it up. You notice how the girls have to strain on the second tier right now. That takes a lot of muscle, a lot of coordination.
Wow, that is amazing.
Now the girls in the middle got to go right back where they started from. You notice they total pole across. Now they got to walk on the shoulders until they get to their partner and then slide down. This is very difficult when you got 100-some pounds sliding down onto the skis. You can see the girls straining to get to the skis right now. We only got one more to bring down. That's usually the hardest one. That's the girl that based the whole thing in the middle, Angela, and they got them all down.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. Now we're turning around. Look at that. So, Tom and Lori, what do you think of that? 24 people, 4 tiers.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
What's incredible is their team. Your team, you have 125 members?
That's right, 125, all amateurs. They do it on their own time. Everybody's got jobs, but we practice every night of the week. We have one night designated just for pyramid because it takes a lot of coordination and practice time to get something like this up.
Are any of these going to go pro?
Yes, I'm sure we'll have a couple. We've already had 6 people on our team go professional over the last 7, 8 years.
All right, so Tom and Lori.
Great stuff.
That's it, man. Look at that. The Bud Light U.S. Ski Show water ski team. That was pretty incredible.
It was indeed.
Wave, everybody.
Yeah, I'd go back and pick up that person if I were you. One down. Go back.
On water ski.
Great
They're
stuff.
like
They're all
flies
going
now.
down now. I guess that's part of the thing.
I'm
Here,
not
I'll
falling
just,
out of this thing, am I?
Okay, group done. Did you see the girl on the very top when they went under that bridge, Larissa? Put the gum up in the bridge? No? You didn't see that part? Now, you're 12 years old, right?
Yes.
And what's she, 13, the top girl? Can you imagine doing that, starting your day by getting on top of the pyramid and moving these water things?
No.
No, it's tough enough just being with us, right? Yeah, you agree with that one, right? Yeah.
I guess we're going to have to cancel our apartment pyramid then.
I guess so. Darn the luck. Lori's with Bailey Leeds for some, what is it? It's a quick and easy makeup stuff today, Lori?
Yes, don't act like you're interested, Tom.
I am.
You know, we live in this age of efficiency where we want our telephones to receive faxes and we want our coffee machines to tell time, and we also want to maximize our makeup time in front of the mirror. Thank goodness there are a lot of multi-purpose products on the market these days, and Bailey Leeds, the fitness and beauty director from Elle Magazine, is going to show us a couple of ways to maximize our time in the morning.
Yeah, I'm too interested. I'm
Oh,
the whole thing.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
What is the first thing that women do wrong in general?
Actually, they do exactly what I did wrong here, which is these are really my own goodie bags, and these will show you that most people just stuff in here. They don't make a decision about what are the looks that really work best for them.
Right.
They don't think about the colors. They get mesmerized at the counter by all the colors and all the options, and, you know, they just end up stuffing it all in there and hoping that it's just going to work for them, and it's just too much. So thankfully, there's a lot of ways you can cut this down, and actually all the stuff that I have here just fits beautifully into this little neat bag.
So this is a real streamlined approach that people are taking these days.
And I'll tell you, most of these products do incredible things. I mean, they do three things, and I'm going to show you what they do today.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, the things that I like especially are products that are like moisturizers and foundations. They also have an SPF in them. They're great. And this one is great, like I said, because it's also a protective and a moisturizer. So you can almost go without a moisturizer. Yeah, that's a great product. Also, in the summertime, a bronzer is great because it gives you all-over color. You don't need a blush. You really don't need anything like that. You don't need a powder. It's great. It gives you an all-over glow. It's something, and it really, really does away with a blush. Now, if you do want a blush, if it's another season, there are products like this from Estee Lauder, which is called Just Blush, which is a blush and an eyeshadow combined. So you can actually put this, you know, on your cheeks, and then you can also use it as an accenting tool on your eyes, which is just great, and that's also a wonderful product. This actually from Colorings is something that is a lipstick, a cheek color, and an eye color. So you can actually, you know, I love this color. I'm going to just put it on here for a second here.
So you can put on your lips.
Yeah, and then you just dot it on your cheek
and
you blend it in, and then also on your eyes. I'm not going to do that because I'll just end up messing myself up. But there's actually more products like this. This is an eyeliner, an eyeshadow, and a brow definer in one.
It's also from Estee Lauder?
It is also from Estee Lauder. We've got three great little brushes in here that do all that sort of accenting. It's black and brown. So you've got two great colors to work with. Like I said, brow, eyeliner, and a shadow. So that's great. Now, there's also products which are powders and foundation combined. You can wet and dry, use them wet and dry. So use a sponge, and here I'm really on the Estee Lauder kick today, but this is a...
It's okay, they're getting a free plug.
This is a foundation which has a sponge underneath it. It comes with it.
You can wet it.
Yeah, and you can also, there's a dry puff that comes with it. You can use it as powder, and that's great.
Quickly, 3 things that you could take that will service everything.
Okay, I think if I was on a desert island, I would take a lipstick that I can use as a blush. This is a great one, a sheer red lipstick.
On a desert island, you'd have How about sandwiches?
Absolutely, you never know who shows up. You can use this as, it's a sheer lipstick. You use this on your lips and your blush to give you a little color.
Okay.
You want a mascara. I'm sorry, I can't live without it. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
It has no other purpose.
Absolutely. And then I'd probably take this, which is that moisturizer and protects you and gives you that.
So you need the base moisturizer / sunscreen, the lipstick, and the mascara. Yeah. And that'll get you everything.
That would be my choice.
Terrific stuff. Yeah. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week. Take it easy. We don't care what you have to say.
Now, wait a minute, listen. Because we were concocting a whole other segment, Bailey and I, before the show. We were talking about an idea for people who've had a really tough night, who've been out like, you know, it'd be more like, oh, Bailey, what do I do? I was in a bar fight last night. I got my face all messed up. I got a cigarette burn over here by my ear. What do I do?
Call it white trash makeup.
Yeah, what do I do? Bailey Leeds will be here. What do I do later today?
No problem, Tom.
Doing Andrew Dice Clay all of a sudden. We'll be right back. We'll show you what we do here on breakfast time. And just what are you looking at? What are you looking at like that?
I'm looking at you.
You looking at me? I'm looking at you.
FX has asked these people to speak out for everyone, to take a stand against anger and destruction in our neighborhoods. FX believes that we can stop violence in our communities if we just take a stand. One person's action can start a chain reaction to stop the anger and destruction. From domestic violence to the anger and intolerance of racism, the message of STAND is one of hope. Don't wait to take action. Be part of the solution. Take a stand.
There's something really special and unique about cats, and this is the magazine for people who understand that.
Cat Fancy is the magazine for people who love cats. For over 25 years, cat lovers have been informed and entertained through the pages of Cat Fancy.
You just learn so much about everything from what to ask your vet to how to cure litter box problems.
There's tips on training, behavior, interaction with other pets, even cat psychology.
Now I understand why my cat does some of the things she does. My daughter and I have subscribed for 6 years now, and I wouldn't miss an issue.
Every month, Cat Fancy brings you a delightful free poster, as well as fascinating articles about memorable cats and the people they love.
Some of the articles make me laugh, and some of them make me cry. And many give me information about my cat that I just wouldn't find anywhere else.
Just seems like when you want to know something, they have it in the very next issue.
It's a joy to read Cat Fancy every month. My friends think so, too.
Now, you can share this enjoyment by subscribing to Cat Fancy and get 12 informative, entertaining issues for only $17.70. You save half off the newsstand price. And what's more, your subscription includes free membership in Cat Lovers of America, with great benefits like a monthly club news bulletin and an ID card that entitles you to special discounts at participating stores.
I especially love the wonderful pictures that people send in of their cats.
And the stories they tell about the amazing things their cats have done.
Whether it's learning about special breeds, how cats interact with new family members, or the latest on health care, you'll find it all in Cat Fancy magazine.
I love Smokey, and with Cat Fancy, her life is happier and healthier.
And if you subscribe now, you'll also get this free Cat Fancy t-shirt with your paid order.
Nobody knows cats like Cat Fancy, and if you love your cat, you'll love this magazine.
Call us toll-free at 1-800-522-8844.
Well, we're here now with Mavis Harvey, who collects hats. Mavis, how many hats do you have in your collection?
One.
One?
I just started collecting yesterday.
Oh, well, then you'll like this new show called Personal FX, the collectible show. It's on this new network called FX.
Well, how much do you think this hat would be worth?
Oh, I'd say priceless, really.
Oh.
What kind of reception do you get on that, Maeve?
Excellent.
Brooke Shields took extra brow definer with her to the desert island in the Blue Lagoon.
Isn't that the truth? And that's all she took. She didn't even bother taking clothing.
It was a clothing optional beach, you know.
Good tie-in because Mila, the model, actress, singer who's coming in today, was also the star of Blue Lagoon Part 2. So there you go. It's all kismet here, really.
That's right.
You know, square dancing is really a melting pot of all the traditional folk dances brought to America by immigrants from all over the world. Now, by definition, square dancing is 8 people moving to music, taking the directions of a caller. Now, today, Suzanne Wong is in Birmingham, Alabama, with a group of square dancers, and she's going to tell us what the caller does exactly. Suzanne? Hi, I'm actually learning a step right now, but I'm not very good at it. We're here at the Sheraton Civic Center in Birmingham, Alabama, where I don't know if you know this, but square dancing is the state dance in 21 states right now, and they're trying to make it the national American folk dance. It originated in 1651. They brought it over from England. It's kind of a melting pot of dances from all over the world. And now I want to introduce you to Mel and Jerry. They are square dance callers. And it's an art and a science. This is Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
And this is Jerry. Jerry is busy calling right now. So, Mel, tell me, how did you become a caller? How did it first start?
Well, I started dancing first. I danced for 2 years, and one night on the way home from a dance, my wife says, why don't you learn to call? Says, you used to sing in a quartet. So I got to thinking about it, I thought, well, I'll try it. So the next time I went, I asked the caller, how do you learn to call? And boy, it just thrilled him to death. He gave me some records, and he started showing me how to call, and I started from there.
Do you need to be able to sing?
Oh, yeah, it helps a great deal.
So what does it take to be a good caller?
Well, it takes a lot of practice. You have to have a genuine love for people. You have to be willing to work real hard, and you have to have a thick skin.
Yeah, do you need rhythm?
Absolutely.
So can you give us an example of some terms, some basic terms that you would use?
Yeah, sure can.
Suzanne, put the mic in front of his face. Okay, can I use this microphone?
Yeah, the couples in a square now are located 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 and 3 are heads and 2 and 4 are sides. Let's let the head two couples square through 4 hands. Go forward. Then do a right and left through with the outside two and turn that girl and dive into the middle. Square through 3 hands. Now this is how you resolve your square. You're facing your corner. So do an Alaman left with a corner and a right and left grand. And see, they all get back to their corner.
Lori, the reason that they're wearing red and white, those are the Alabama state colors, and they're gearing up for the international convention. Do you know that they square dance all over the world? There'll be square dancers from Japan here. And this is Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Hi there. How are you, Suzanne?
Good. And I was wondering if you could tell me, can you give an example of a bad calling situation?
I think you should have been here a few minutes ago. Let's try this. Head lead to the right and circle up 4. Break out, make a line of 4. Now watch this. This is a good one. We're going to show pass through, wheel and deal, zoom, centers pass through, and star through. Now before,
I don't know. That looks good to me.
When we did that wheel and deal, we were in lines facing out. But if we do a wheel and deal here, the traffic is going to go. So wheel and deal. Oh my goodness. Where do we go?
Uh-oh, it's chaos. There's chaos breaking out here now, Lori. And when we come back, we're going to find out exactly how to do some steps, and I'm going to try to learn how to do this, too.
Suzanne, do the callers make up the dances, or do they have specific dances that are choreographed
They
that
have
just
specific
memorize?
dances, but sometimes the callers make it up as they go along.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, thanks. We'll check back later. We will be going back to Alabama next hour. Right now, we're going to take a look at today's headlines.
That last wheel and deal looked like a square dance representation of Congress in action, didn't it? Speaking of which, President Clinton is meeting with members of the Congressional Black Caucus today. The president trying to reach out to opponents of his troubled $33 billion crime bill. Clinton needs 8 votes to salvage the anti-crime bill. Many small businesses say they're putting expansion plans on hold until after they can assess the effect of the Federal Reserve's newest interest rate hike. Yesterday, the Federal Reserve increased short-term interest rates a half percentage point to their highest level since November of 1991. It was the 5th time the Reserve raised rates since this February. Former Dallas Cowboys football coach Jimmy Johnson is on the cover of next month's GQ magazine. You'll only find Johnson on the men's magazine cover in 11 southern states. The rest of the country will see Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Joe Montana on their cover. Meanwhile, Johnson is also supposedly considering roles as a TV analyst for Fox and HBO. Lori?
Well, he must have taken the job at Fox because he's on the ads.
Yeah.
The new ads that they have for the NFL. New same game, new attitude.
Won't it come as a surprise to our Fox friends if he's considering the HBO offer?
Yeah. Ooh. What's the weather like today, Jim?
Well, actually, there's just 2 distinct weather patterns for the whole country, and it's something like this. So everywhere it's either hot or wet, but it's not hot and wet. Let's look at those high temperatures. As you can see, in the west it's hot, so in the east it's wet. And that's the weather.
I'm trying to define the Rorschach test today. There's nothing there.
No, it
Jim.
looked like a pelican. Look at the red thing. It's like the head of a pelican coming down. See?
Yeah.
It's not a pelican, a parrot.
A parrot, yeah.
A parrot's head. Sure. All right? Or he's reading a book.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Lori, apparently Jeff, our director, believes Johnson's going to HBO. Is that right, Jeff?
That's correct. He's working for HBO and Fox.
He's double dipping.
Moonlighting.
So he's going to both.
I guess so.
Because I saw him on the ad.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
With me now is Al Rosenberg, who we periodically send out to talk to kids because we all know they say the darndest things.
Yes, they do.
And you like to go out and talk to them, don't you?
I do, and one of the things we try to do is to gear our questions that require something more than a yes or no.
Well, yeah, it's hard to think of because if you ask a yes or no question, kids will give you a yes or no.
Yeah, so basically, a kid can always say, I don't know,